Welcome to this week's reading. In a witch's garden, I am using Tarot of the Witch's Garden by Sasha Graham with artwork by 𝗧𝗺𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃, I believe it is pronounced. I probably got that totally wrong. As we are blessed with lovely bird song. If anyone knows what kind of bird that is, please drop it in the comments below. I am so inept at identifying bird song, unless it's a cardinal or a blue jay or a robin. So for today's reading, we're going to look at the energy for the week. I always do these readings now with the intention that the reading be for whatever week of the year and whatever year you are watching this video. So the actual date of filming is April 6, 2026, the Monday after Easter. But again, this reading is for your week, whenever that week may be. So this will be a 5-card reading, and I'll be looking at the general energies of the blessings for the week, the challenges for the week, and the guidance on how to deal with those challenges. Let me show you the cards briefly. It's a gorgeous deck. I love the artwork. It's very lively. The use of colors is very balanced between light and dark. The imagery is non-threatening, and it remains fairly true to the ரிder-Waite-Smith traditional depiction of action on the cards, color use, and symbols. So this would be a good deck for beginners who are into witchy things. But there we go. Now you have a good idea of what the deck looks like, and I'll proceed with the reading. Concentrate along with me. I will shuffle 5 times before I cut the deck and pull the cards. I cut the deck into 3, and then I draw from the pile that was in the center. So here are the 5 cards. There are no edits in my reading videos because I'd like you to see the reading is always intuitive. It is always what I call live, meaning I'm not going to take cuts and look at the book or anything like that. So here we go. Card number 1. Ooh, the 8 of Pentacles. This is a card of hard work paying off. This elder here has created all these gorgeous pentacles behind her, and she's working on the final one, and it looks like she may be teaching the trade to the youngsters here. Now, what I get from this card is the importance of tradition when it comes to the craft, passing it on down to our children. If you happen to practice any form of witchcraft, it's really important, especially in this day and age, to make sure the kids know what you're doing, because they are bombarded daily by everything due to social media. And then you've got the TV and you've got music, and it's getting increasingly difficult to keep track of what your children are watching and what they're listening to. So it's important for us to instill our beliefs, our spiritual practices, and our values into our children. And that's what I'm getting from this card, even though traditionally this card represents the hard worker, someone whose work is valued by their superiors in the workplace, someone who is skilled at what they do. But I'm not getting any of that right now. Like I told you, this is an intuitive reading. I am an intuitive reader. I look at the imagery on the card, I look at the colors, and I react emotionally to it. And then from those emotions, my intuition kicks in and tells me what I should say. And now we get the Seven of Cups. This is a card of creativity. And this card represents being filled with so many creative ideas that you have a hard time deciding which one you should go for. And many of us make the mistake of dividing our time between several of our goals or several of our ideas to where we don't complete any of them. So the guidance I'm receiving from my angels here is saying, focus on one, maybe two, maybe, so that you can accomplish that. You can accomplish that goal, or you can complete that project in a timely manner, and then go on to the next one on your list. Don't try to do everything at once. You spread your energy out too thin, and therein lies the challenge, because once we spread our energy too thin, what does that lead to? Burnout. No one wants to get burned out. And, you know, like I'm saying about, you know, teaching our children, these days, because of the bombardment of social media that we all deal with every single day, we are getting burned out because there's too much hitting us from all these different directions. And we need to find a way to go within, to focus on our own desires, stop being influenced by all the influencers on what makeup you should use, what clothes should you wear, where should you travel, you know, and in my case, with the type of videos that I watch, what type of art supplies should I use in my next project, you know? And so it's really difficult to use your powers of discernment and realize, am I purchasing this thing, or am I wanting to travel to this location because I genuinely want to do this myself, or am I being influenced? We need to draw a line in the sand. So that's what I'm getting from this card. And that's a big part of the challenge. And you know what I've done lately, and by lately, I mean like literally the past 2 weeks, okay? It's been real recent. I have begun to really limit my time on social media. I said in a previous video that I left Facebook. And I left Facebook because my daily feed was just too negative. People were complaining about the government and complaining about everything. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I was depressed. I felt drained of my energy. Oh my, that's a school bus. And I really felt like, you know, I needed to leave. And once I did, oh my gosh, my energy level like started to increase day by day. My outlook improved immensely. And 2 weeks later, I feel awesome, because I'm not looking at my daily feed. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to go back onto Facebook and reorganize my groups. And I'm going to let all the lurkers go and focus on the core members and just focus on my groups. That's all I'm going to do over there. So I'm not even going to look at the daily feed anymore, because it was just draining me massively. Then we get the Queen of Swords, and she's part of the challenge. Swords people, they live in their mind, okay? They overanalyze. They're highly analytical, very intelligent people, but they are the overthinkers of the tarot. And because they overthink things, they worry. They're the worry warts. They're also the court cards of the tarot who create mountains out of molehills. You know, the problem may be really little, but they analyze it to death until the problem appears to be unmanageable. So the Queen of Swords, traditionally she represents a woman who is separated from the one she loves. So either due to separation, divorce, or widowhood. And so she can represent grieving and mourning and depression. And so see, that's all part of the challenge here, being bombarded, being overwhelmed by too much. And, you know, my own experience with social media, that's exactly what was happening to me. So double think your time that you spend on your phone and on your computer, okay? And I would really highly recommend that you eliminate those things that are superfluous. Those things aren't helping to advance you in any way. If you have an online business like I do, if the platform is not helping your business to grow, let it go. Oh, that rhymes. If the platform is not helping your business to grow, let it go. I need to write that down. That's cool. You know, my guides, they spit this stuff out through me, and I just go with the flow here. Now for the advice. Ooh, interesting. We have the Justice card. And here she is carrying two baskets that they look equal in weight, but what do they contain? The one on the left contains what looks to be like flowers, and the one on the right contains fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are always heavier than flowers, so shouldn't her burden be going, you know, downward on her left-hand side, our right-hand side? But instead, her burden is balanced. Most likely because she has her left hand up on the heavier side. So she's balancing this on her shoulder, but she's holding this heavier basket up with her left hand. And the sword here is pointed down. It's touching the wood plankings down here. Swords down mean peace, but they also mean be ready. Just in case there's a threat, be ready. So that's why she's resting her hand on the hilt. The message of the Justice card is, look at your baskets. Are they full? Is one of them lacking? And by baskets, I mean the areas of your life. Family, because family always comes first. Your health, finances, the home, work, career, spiritual growth. How are your baskets balanced with one another? Are you putting a great deal more energy into one basket than into another? And should you level that out? It's time to reassess. Reassess how you're spending your time and where your energy is going. And I think that many of you will be really surprised. So that is the guidance from the Justice card. Now, the final card of the reading is the Queen of Wands. Wands people are high energy people. They tend to be quite physically active. They tend to be outdoors people. They're also, it's the suit of communication. These people are great at public speaking. They often go into careers that involve public speaking on one level or another. They could be teachers, you know, school teachers, university professors. They could be involved as speakers in their church. So, you know, priests, pastors, ministers, that sort of thing. And they could be the type of people who are very active in the social arena to where they go out and give talks. You know, think TED Talks, seminars, that sort of thing. The Queen of Wands is very intuitive. That is why she's always pictured with a black cat, because who is the witch's most popular familiar? The black cat. And you'll see this in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck that was illustrated by Pamela Colman Smith. That image has a black cat on it. Go look, it does. So, you know, and she's holding a sunflower here because the wand's suit is governed by the sun. Oh no, are the dogs gonna go whack-a-doodle? They are. Hang on. Magic, come here. Come here. Good girl, Magic. You stay here. You stay here. Sit. Sit, girl. Girly. Yeah, you stay here. You stay here with Mama. That's a good girl. Okay. Hopefully the other dog will calm down. They let him out, and he's like a scaredy dog. He barks at everything, and Magic is the same way. Hey, Magic, stay here. Magic. come here. Sorry about the dogs. Like I said, I don't edit this. Well, there's 2 dogs over there now. I don't know what's going on. Magic, come here. Magic, come on. Come on. Okay, now turn around and sit. You know, of course they can't be quiet till I finish the reading, can they? No. But here we go. You stay. You stay. There you go. Good girl. So the sunflower represents the sun. It represents health and achievement. Often on the Sun Major Arcana card, you have sunflowers depicted. And the queen is surrounded in a field of sunflowers. And she has a flame in the palm of her hand. There are flames coming up from her head. That's her powers of intuition. That's her power of manifestation. And it's saying as long as you focus on the higher energies, the more positive energies, focus on your thoughts being positive, you'll be able to manifest positive changes in your life, along with the positive focus and also having faith in whomever your higher power is and creating a stronger relationship with your higher power. That's what I'm getting from this. Once we create that stronger relationship with our higher power, we channel our higher power much easier into the material world, and therefore our ability to manifest positive changes in our life increases exponentially. Alrighty, that's what I am seeing for the week. Again, this week is any week that you see this reading. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give the video a like. And please drop a comment. That really helps my channel to grow. I'm like 3 people short of 500. 500 is the first hurdle to monetization toward getting super chats and being able to offer you all memberships. And I do have ideas for that. But I also need 3,000 watch hours. And I'm like 2,000 away from that. So all that has to be accomplished within a year. It's crazy. So I would very much appreciate it, and let your friends know, your like-minded friends, and share the video if you feel so inclined. I would deeply appreciate that. And so this is 𝗪𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃, the cozy, intuitive, creative. Thank you for watching. I'm wishing you a blessed day ahead.